is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Saturday night spectacular. That's right, fireworks after the ball game tonight. Good crowd on hand. Tonight it is game number 2 against the visiting Baltimore Orioles as the Angels look to bounce back after dropping last night's opener of the series. We welcome you inside Angel Stadium and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and obviously throughout the season we've talked quite a bit about Mike Trout and Albert Pujols, Cole Calhoun at times, but right now the focus is on Johnny Giovatella. He's been red hot with a 9-game hitting streak. It seems like it doesn't matter what the situation is, he's come up big.
Yeah, Victor, a lot of energy for Johnny Giovatella, and Dave Hansen had said what he tried to do is work down on his swing. He was uppercutting a lot early on in the season, especially in the month of April, but in the month of May, he's absolutely crushed the baseball, getting the barrel of the bat there through the zone very quickly. He's using the middle of the field, going center field, right field, and if there's a pitch on the inner half of the plate, he can hit that ball out on occasion, but that's not the type of swing you look for. 9-game hit streak, which ties a career high for Johnny Giovatella. Mentioned that batting average in the month of May, 345. But what he's doing as far as swinging the bat and the energy he brings, just jumping around there at first base, getting everybody involved in that dugout, it's a great thing to be able to have because you know the top of the order is going to swing it. Now Johnny Giovatella is doing his thing.
I need the offense to kind of pick it up a little bit. They were stymied last night, and the Orioles offense certainly was not. They bum rushed Hector Santiago and the Angels pitching staff. 4 home runs and a total of 9 runs for the Orioles. Matt Shoemaker's on the mound for the Angels. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Three-game set against the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Orioles sitting atop the American League East at the start of the day with a 25-15 record. The Angels with the loss last night ended up dropping a game in the standings, 5.5 at the start of the day. As we said, Seattle is playing Cincinnati. Actually, Seattle was beating Cincinnati the last time I had checked. I hadn't checked the scoreboard in a while.
That was King Felix on the mound for Seattle.
They had some home runs hit in that ball game too for Seattle. Texas was leading Houston as well. So we'll see what Matt Shoemaker and the Angels have in store tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. We mentioned the bum rushing that happened early on. Back-to-back home runs to start off the game against Hector Santiago. 4 total home runs. This is a team in the Orioles that loves to get into hitters' counts, and we saw it even in non-hitters' counts. They do not get cheated with every swing of it.
And they like to get their arms extended. So what do you do as a pitcher? You have to establish fastballs in. Back it up with another fastball in. Don't allow them to get comfortable at the plate is the most important thing. When they start looking for that, then use that split if you're Shoemaker.
Hopefully the off-speed stuff will keep these Orioles hitters off balance. They've swung the bats well all season long. We'll check out Buck Showalter's lineup. As we mentioned, Baltimore playing its 41st game of the season. Joey Rickard getting the start in left field. Manny Machado is the shortstop. Adam Jones at center. Chris Davis at first base. Mark Trumbo at right. Matt Wieters is behind the plate. Pedro Alvarez is the DH tonight. Jonathan Scope at second, and it's Ryan Flaherty, tonight getting the start over at third base. As they take on Matt Shoemaker, he's pitched in 7 games, 7 starts this year. 2-5 and 8.49 ERA.
1-1 in his career versus Baltimore with a solid 3.55 ERA for Shoe. But my go-tos for Shoemaker to be successful today: mistake-free zones. In other words, don't leave that fastball out over the plate. In uncomfortable swings, going back to fastballs in, a little further in, back it up with another fastball in, and then go to the outer part of the plate.
Let's check out the defense for the Halos. Rafael Ortega is in left field. Mike Trout at center. Cole Calhoun in right. Yunel Escobar and Gregorio Petit on the left side of the infield. Johnny Givitello and C.J. Cron on the right. Jet Bandy making his first major league start behind the plate.
Yeah, Jet, the pride of Thousand Oaks High School, threw out 48% of would-be base stealers in AAA. He's got a very good throwing arm, good target setter behind the plate, occasional power too at the bat, but very good defensively. Will do so here tonight.
Shoemaker has thrown a total of 29 2/3 innings this year. 42 hits allowed, 22 strikeouts, and 13 walks. The loss that the Angels suffered last night, moving their home record now to 8-13. Looking to bounce back tonight, game 2, and then of course tomorrow afternoon, 12:35 start. Jared Weaver is on the mound for the Angels in the finale of this 3-game set. These two teams will meet once again right before the All-Star break, the weekend before the All-Star break. 6 games between these two ball clubs. Joey Rickard ready to lead things off. He was in right field last night. Gets a start tonight in left field. 25 years of age today. Today's his birthday, as it is for Matt Wieters as well. Wieters turns 30 today. Turned 30 today. First one tonight is in for a strike. Rickard homered last night, his 4th of the season. He ended up going 2 for 5 with a single as well. 268 average. There's 11 RBIs for the Rule 5 selection. 0-2 count. Dale Scott, the crew chief tonight, calling the balls and strikes. Bach and Bob Davidson at first. Lance Barrett at second. John Tempane over at third. Down goes Rickard. 3 pitches, 1 out.
That's a great sign. That's a pretty good split finger fastball there from Shoemaker. And my Hyundai key for this game, a little Justin Timberlake. Can't stop that feeling. And right there, the energy that Johnny Givitello, we talked about him in the opening, the energy he brings this club. You're going to need that against this powerful lineup from Baltimore. Bring that energy in the field and certainly in that dugout and at the plate.
Manny Machado, shortstop. At least while J.J. Hardy is out on the disabled list. Fouls the first one off. Machado hitting .323. Hit his 12th home run last night. No balls, 2 strikes. He ended up scoring 3 times last night. A 2 for 4 game.
He's got 28 extra base hits. He's got 16 doubles to go along with those 12 home runs.
Cues it foul. 16 doubles. Two back of Jose Altuve in the American League. Two-time Gold Glove Award winner at third base. Originally shortstop when he got drafted. 1-2. What
you're seeing so far from Shoemaker, he's emphasizing to make sure he stays on top of his split finger fastball, top of his slider and curveball to go along with his fastball. 7 pitches, 6 strikes so far.
Down goes Machado, back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down. Well, there's no doubt you could certainly pick up a scouting report watching last night's game if you're Matt Shoemaker.
And look how that baseball just tumbles straight down, and credit Jet Benny for not only calling that pitch but keeping that in front and able to scoop that one up. See the split finger grip, looks like a fastball, starts at the knees, ends up in the dirt. Excellent location and delivery of that pitch from Shoemaker.
2 quick outs, nobody on. Adam Jones, the center fielder, up. San Diego native ended up going 0 for 4 last night. Got on board in the first inning via the walk. Orioles had a total of 14 hits last night. Jones hitting .237, 5 home runs, 19 runs batted in. This one's out towards center field. Trout almost dead in his tracks is there. And a 1-2-3 inning for Shue. We'll head to the bottom of the first, scoreless. To start off the ball game, we'll check out Social's lineup for the Angels, game number 43 of this season, and it's a very similar lineup to what we've seen of late here. Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout at the top third of the order. Pujols, Cron, Giavotella with Albert DHing. Ortega's in left, Bandy batting 8th and doing the catching, and then Gregorio Petit rounding out that starting 9. Of course, he is at shortstop as they take on the 25-year-old right-hander native of Centennial, Colorado. His name is Kevin Gausman.
And Gausman's fastball, power fastball, 92 to 97 range, slider, changeup, and split finger fastball. My go-tos to be successful against him is barrel, not handle. He will run that fastball in at the handle of the bat. You got to try to get that barrel out in front. Can play small ball against him. He's a guy that doesn't give up a lot of home runs. So you got to try to bunch those hits together and try to steal some bases and take an extra base against him.
Gausman making his 6th start of the season. Started the season on the disabled list with the right bicep tendonitis, right shoulder tendonitis, I should say. Limited last year to 25 games, 17 starts. He also spent some time last year on the DL because of that same issue.
Got one heck of an arm on him. First one to Escobar is a fastball in tight. Udell hitting .303. 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Also has 10 doubles on the year. Hitless last night over 3, had a couple of walks. The interesting thing for Gausman is when you look at his splits, hitters are hitting .223 against him. Lefties .128, right-handers .292.
That's stunning with his fastball.
2 balls and a strike.
That tells you he's not been able to command his slider. Because if he's able to run that fastball with that movement he has inside, that should open up at the outer part of the plate for a slider, but he hasn't been able to throw for a strike.
3-1. And there's ball 4, so a leadoff walk to start off the game. We'll bring up Calhoun as we check out the Orioles defensively. It's Rickard, Jones, Trumbo from left to right in the outfield. Flaherty, Machado, Scope, and Davis in the infield. Third to first, Wieters behind the dish.
One of the best in the business out in center field, Adam Jones, 4-time Gold Glove winner, second most ever by an Orioles outfielder. Only Paul Blair, the great late Paul Blair, had 8. There it is. Good luck. There's an angel in the stands.
First one to Cole, down low. Cole's average .288. 1 for 5 last night. First inning double. Fan interference. It was his 8th double of the season. Escobar with the leadoff walk over at first. Thumb guard goes flying off the hand, so Cole has to go retrieve that. It's been an epidemic this year.
We haven't seen that quite a bit.
And usually from left-handed batters.
It's a split finger fastball. You see that when they're tumbling down and the thumb guard going flying away.
Two balls and a strike.
When you look at the type of pitches that Gausman will throw to left-handed batters, 69% of them will be fastballs, 20% split finger fastballs. Will throw 7% slider, 3% changeup.
First round pick, 4th overall selection by the Orioles, 2012 out of LSU. Two one. Two balls and 2 strikes. Now, we've seen a lot of teams with the shift on Cole, but a lot of teams have pitched him up and away a considerable amount this year.
And even above the strike zone.
Gausman's coming off a no decision against the Tigers. Gave up 10 hits, 4 runs in 5 innings. 2-2. Lifted foul.
Still going back to you talked earlier, Victor, about the splits, lefties, righties versus Gausman. It's amazing. 128 left-handed batters. And you would think the way he throws his fastball, he's going to live in the lower part of the strike zone for the most part.
Yeah.
And left-handed batters like fastballs downstairs, but his split finger fastball has been very effective against lefties. And then that running tailing action away from the swing of a left-handed batter. You got to think in terms of the other way against him.
This is lined off the glove and it trickles towards second. Scope tried to flip it to second base. Escobar is safe, and that'll go as an infield base hit for Cole.
You know, that's not a bad play by Scope, because you figure after that ball's hit off the glove, he's going to go to first. You might round second base. You flip it back towards the base. You might have a chance of getting Escobar going beyond the bag at second. Not going to have a play at first. Flips it back there to second. Fortunate enough, Escobar stays right on the base. You see that slide, that pop-up type slide, and it'd be off the base. You see him looking towards first base. Fortunate enough, he stayed connected to the base with his foot.
Smart move, too, to look for the baseball before committing to doing anything else. So 2 on, nobody out. Here's Trout. Trout hitting .323. Had 1 hit last night, going 1 for 5, a single. Had a run scored in the 6th inning. Halos last night 3 for 10 with men in scoring position. On the homestand, 11 for 32. That's .344 average. They got the Trout net ready to go. 2 balls, no strikes. Mike with 10 home runs. He's driven in 31.
And you would think this would be a good matchup, especially for a low fastball, and Trout very good throughout his career on the low pitch.
Jones plays a shallow center field as he always does. Rickard straight up and left. Trumbo a little bit deeper and right. 2-0 on the corner. 2-1. Pitch spin had been off the plate, but Dale Scott rings it up. That is ripped, and that skimmed off the top of the dugout right into the seats. Hopefully it didn't get anybody.
Pretty good indication how fast that pitch was coming in at 97 miles an hour. A hitter's count, and Trout late.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Cool night here, 65 degrees at first pitch. Start time an hour later than normal on Saturday. Typical Saturdays anyway. Due to the Fox broadcast up in San Fran. Little dribbler, left side. Flaherty's only play is going to be to first. So Trout retired for out number 1. Escobar to third, Calhoun to second, and Albert coming up.
That's that exact thing we were talking about at the go-tos. That's on the handle. That moving fastball at 97. And you really don't have a whole lot of time to react on it. You think that's over the plate, and then it runs in on you.
We saw that a little bit last night from Mike Wright. Got a no decision. He's a starter that gave up 4 runs, 2 earned in 5 1/3. Heavy sink. A guy that also had a little trouble with his slider.
Number 4 for his last 8 with runners in scoring position.
Infield back for Baltimore. Albert hitting .228. Little chopper left side, going on contact as Escobar to throw to the plate, and Escobar's gunned down. Second straight night. In the first inning, the Angels have had a base runner going on contact, get thrown out at the plate, 2 outs.
Flaherty played this one well. That throw, perfect throw into Wieters, who able to apply a tag. Plenty of time to get the out. It's a middle infielder playing that third base position. You can tell by that throw, because you can go away from the body as far as your arm angle and still have a good throw to the plate, and that's exactly what Flaherty did. A lot of times the third baseman will go right over the top, a more difficult throw.
Still scoreless, now 2 outs. Crone takes low. First baseman hitting .250, 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. He did last night, 0 for 4. Calhoun, the base runner, third. Albert over at first. Two balls, one strike. It's the third start that Gausman has had in his career against the Angels. 1-1. 6.39 ERA. Second big league start for him in this ballpark against the Angels. Ground ball over to Flaherty. Angels unable to score, even though they had base runners in the first one. The second scoreless. Score Davis, Trumbo, and Wieters coming up. And the Mark Goon, the fan club is in attendance
indeed.
tonight.
Look at that. Outstanding.
Perfect.
Oh, yes. That's nice. Perfect.
You have to send the check later?
Later.
Oh, later. Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if it was like a payoff before the game. That's awesome. And she came up and she got it signed.
Yeah, I went over and signed it. She's very, very nice. Huge, huge Angel fan.
Yeah. Chris Davis hitting .243 with 10 home runs, 27 RBIs.
Like the pace I'm seeing from Shoemaker. I'm liking the off-speed pitches he's thrown so far.
Two balls, one strike. Davis last night snapped a 4-4 tie in the seventh with a 2-on home run the opposite way. His 10th of the year. 2-2.
It's one of those pitches, though, you got to be careful in the fastball up there. As Chris Davis has, you mentioned, good power the other way. 3 home runs to the opposite field, which is tied for second in baseball.
Down goes Davis for out number 1 here in the second inning. It's the third strikeout for Shoemaker.
And that's another real good split finger fastball he's been throwing so far, Shoemaker. And that's important for him. That pitch, he's getting on top of that one. And when he does that, he's going to be successful. This one right here, at times when he has that wrist turn with the splitter goes this way, he wants that splitter to go straight down. And so far, it's worked very effectively for Shoemaker.
Shoes coming off a start in which he gave up 3 runs on 6 hits in his 5 innings of work against the Dodgers on Monday. 7-6 Angel victory. This one's fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Trumbo at 306 average, hit his 13th last night, a 2-run shot in the 3rd. One of 3 home runs that Santiago gave up, his 2 2/3 before the ejection. That's nice.
Grew up just a few miles away from this ballpark. Put up some big numbers wearing that Angel uniform.
'18th round pick in 04. Down low. Mark now 30 years of age. Picked up in an offseason deal with Seattle. 2-2 now. Reaching for this one. It's Escobar, third baseman, that has it. 2 down. Every moment matters during Patriotic Weekend presented by State Farm as the Angels take on the Astros Friday, May 27th at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a red, white, and blue barbecue apron courtesy of the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf while supplies last. Visit angels.com/promotions. So 5 up, 5 down for Matt Shoemaker to start the game. There's Matt Wieters. Happy 30th birthday to the Orioles catcher. Yeah, 3 birthdays today. Rickard, Wieters, and Mark Quinn, their assistant hitting coach. Yeah. So they got that going.
Yeah,
for them.
no, that's a plus.
Wieters had a 3-hit game last night, going 3 for 5 with 3 singles. 1-1. With the short outing by Hector last night, bullpen used quite a bit, so need a deep start tonight for Shoemaker. The Angels sent out A.J. Octor, by the way, after the game last night. Deolis Guerra called up and added to the 40-man roster.
He is a big fella. Good stuff. Good downward action. Straight over the top. Delivery.
In order to make room for that 40-man spot, Al Albuquerque designated for assignment from AAA.
See that reaction by Matt Shoemaker on that fastball. You know, you're going to see 93 miles an hour. You're going to see that's good velocity for him, but his location, he knew he missed location on that pitch because he dropped his elbow and elevated his fastball. You want to do that up in it, but not out over the plate.
This one's popped up. Might be playable for Escobar. And it is.
Wow, good
What a
play.
nonchalant manner.
Yes.
Got over there and put it away for the 3rd out.
Got to check that pulse. Perfect. Cruises over the net. Right by the railing. Makes an outstanding play.
No score. The Angels sending up Johnny Giavatello, Rafael Ortega, and Jet Bandy making his first major league start. Matt Shoemaker 6 up and 6 down. 3 strikeouts. See what the Angels could do. They had base runners against Gausman in the first inning, but could not cash them in. Johnny in the midst of a 9-game hitting streak. Carries his batting average 264, has a couple of home runs and 12 RBIs.
When you look at this defense set up right here for Baltimore against Giavatello, it's about as normal and straight up as a defense as you're going to see in baseball right now. They're normal positions, even in the outfield. Same thing.
Bouncer over to third. Flaherty's been busy. And Davis keeps the foot on the bag, and there's out number 1.
Left fielder, number 39.
That's the 4th ground ball to Flaherty already.
And that's the thing about Buck Showalter. He knows with Gausman on the mound, you're going to get a lot of that sink action. If he's throwing the ball well, the third baseman is going to be extremely busy.
There's Buck, 7th season at the helm of the Orioles. Not a whole lot was expected out of the Orioles going into the season. Kind of retooled their offense just a little bit. Bullpen's been solid. Their starters is the one question mark. They weren't sure what they were going to get out of it. It was very respectable. They've got a lot of great arms.
And that's the thing everyone said. They're going to score runs, but I don't think they have enough pitching. But the arms that we've seen, they got some pretty good power arms, especially in their bullpen. You mentioned the numbers last night. They were outstanding.
I think when you start comparing the Angels to other teams, from what we've seen to date, a lot of pitch to contact type of guys in the Angels bullpen versus some of the teams we've had. And when you have had the injuries that the Angels have had in the starting rotation, it makes it that much more difficult for that bullpen to give you multiple innings to soak up some of those frames. And you do have to go pitcher to pitcher to pitcher, inning to inning to inning, and that's where the bullpen starts to get worn out.
And it taxes you. Each and every night you're seeing 4 or 5, sometimes 6 relievers coming in the game. Pretty much every night. They had a streak of 14 straight games of using 4 or more pitchers in the course of those games.
Now you look at last night, Wright goes 5 1/3, then Gibbons an inning and a third, O'Day an inning and a third, Brock 1. The Angels had to kind of piece it together toward the end there, stretching out Moore for a couple of innings. But then it puts you in a situation of, all right, is Moore available tonight? So on and so forth. It's been kind of a revolving situation for the Angels on a game-by-game basis, especially in this stretch of 16 straight without a day off. Bandy fouls it off, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, last year when Bandy got his first hit, major league hit, being a home run, that was amazing. And the reception he got back in the dugout, and the Angels had lost that. We're losing that game at that point. You see how much he means to his teammates.
September 20th at Minnesota. 1 and only hit. Takes outside, 1 and 2. Sitting 274 AAA this year with a couple of home runs and 21 runs batted in. 31st round selection in 2011 at the University of Arizona.
That is the Harvard of the West, right? We hear.
Let's go back to Minnesota last September, and here's the home run for Bandy.
They're down and got a breaking pitch. Extremely strong. Good to get that first major league hit being a home run. You can see that reception in that dugout.
Full count.
He's worked a pretty good at bat. Started out 0-2, now 3-2.
He goes down swinging. A 1-2-3 inning for Gausman. We'll head to the 3rd with no score.
to you by Ram Trucks. One of the tools that Matt Shoemaker needs to be successful, that split finger fastball. You see the grip. He's on top of the baseball, and then as he releases, pronates the wrist to be able to create that downward action. You see where that contact is made off the end of the bat, the top of the bat, and a pop-up to third base. Excellent pitch.
And a lot of people, when you hear splitter, you know, obviously, when you think of the great splitters, the Bruce Sutters, even Brian Harvey, the former Angel closer, it's a different type of splitter than what Shue throws. It's just, and that's just the way he throws it.
Yeah, I mean, he throws it more where he turns the wrist to be able to create that downward and even go in away action. Those guys would push their thumb through the baseball and then it would go straight down. It'll be as hard as their fastball, too.
First one's in for a strike on Alvarez, the DH. Hitting 200 on the year with a couple of home runs. 9 runs batted in for the former Pirate. No balls, 2 strikes. Shoemaker with already 4 0-2 counts. Changing the eye level.
Just slightly.
Alvarez now 29 years of age, former first-round pick by the Pirates back in 08 out of Vanderbilt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See, that split finger fastball overthrew that a little bit. His body was moving towards first base. A couple of rally cats. Been very good.
Look what we started.
Yes, the rally cat is big here at the Big A. Love it. Getting a lot of pictures too on Twitter. We're getting tons of them.
Oh yeah. Swing and a miss. Down goes Alvarez. 4th strikeout for Shoemaker. 1 out here in the 3rd.
Can go right back to that split finger fastball. Downward action. Another swing and miss.
Here's Jonathan Scope, the second baseman. He skies one out the left. Towering shot that'll stay in the ballpark. 2 down. This is an aggressive Orioles team that you can get some quick outs on, assuming you make your pitches.
Yeah, because they will, if they sense or see a rotation of a baseball that it's a fastball, they're swinging. And that was in just enough to keep that in the ballpark. Machado's one of those guys that swing aggressively early. Trumbo the same. Chris Davis, Adam Jones, they are up there hacking, especially on a fastball.
Flaherty chops it foul.
Victor, back in the day when I faced a team like Milwaukee or Minnesota, they were extremely aggressive on fastballs. If you showed early enough you could throw a fastball for a strike, then you start exploiting the strike zone, going off the plate, and you get a lot of quick outs, early outs on fastballs. And that's what you want for the most part. You save that off-speed stuff for later, off the end of the bat with those fastballs.
Kicked back toward Bandy. The throw to first, and he got him. How about that?
That is a kick save and a beauty.
That's a 1-2-3, folks. Mark it down, 9 up and 9 down.
That goes to the 1-2-3. You're right. That's unbelievable. Kick save. What a beauty by Shoemaker. the bottom of the third. What a play to end it, that last inning, and it's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. Flaherty right back up the middle. Kick save and a beauty, but how quickly Bandy gets out of that catching position. He's 6'4" catcher and fires the ball down to first base to complete a 1-2-3 put out at first base.
Jack Lazorko sitting in Texas right now, saying that's how you do it.
Yes,
son.
Former goalie that he was.
Yeah. Not quite the splits that Jack used to get into, but
no.
Hey, whatever works. 9-1-2 for the Angels here in the third. Kirk McCaskill was a hockey player.
Yeah,
as well.
he was extremely quick also.
Petit, Escobar, and Calhoun here in the third inning. Gosman had himself a 1-2-3 second, including his first couple of strikeouts. Petit hitting .250, has a double, a couple of runs batted in. Gregorio 6 for 24 so far with the Angels. Made a couple of nice plays himself defensively at shortstop. Seems like he'll be the guy for now until Andrelton Simmons comes back from surgery. It's fouled off.
And Anderson was throwing the baseball today earlier just to get that arm activated. Not catching the baseball yet, but throwing.
As the left thumb the injury occurred upon. Cliff Pennington's on the DL with a hamstring issue. It's amazing now that when we get the email, the phone pings you, and all of a sudden you open it up and it says Angels transactions. Your first thing is, all right, who went down today?
What's next?
Seriously,
yeah.
I mean that's just how it's been this year as far as DLs. But today was just the move of Guerra joining the bullpen and Octor being sent down. This is back up the middle and a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Petit with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he really stayed back on that baseball, let that slider travel a little bit deeper in the strike zone. Back up the middle, that's what you have to do against Gosman. You try to pull him, you're going to get a lot of action at third base, that spinning action. His wrist drops down. He doesn't quite get on top of that, create better tilt on his slider, and that's the reason why right-handed batters coming in this game 292 against him.
You know, some organizations want you to throw sliders, and I remember when I signed with the Angels in '90, you know, I just converted to closing, and I threw a curveball and a modified splitter. The organization wanted me to throw a slider. I couldn't throw a slider to save my life, and they would teach me, it's just a fastball, just cut it at the very end. Couldn't do it. It's not easy.
No. When I signed with Kansas City out of high school, I threw a 4-seam fastball and a curveball. As soon as I got to Kansas City, you're not throwing any more 4-seam fastballs and you're not throwing any more curveballs. 2-seam slider. And, you know, in those days, you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have much of a choice.
If you want me to throw left-handed, I'll give it a shot. That's a pretty good sized lead. I think against Gosman, because he throws a lot of pitches down in the strike zone, Mike Scioscia's more apt to put hit and runs on. And Gosman has allowed 3 stolen bases in 5 attempts. There's 1 career pickoff. Anytime you're in the lower part of the strike zone, you have a better chance to put a hit and run on.
What do you think is easier to develop, a slider or the curveball?
I think a slider's a better feel, and you can learn how to change speeds with the slider more so. Curveball, although I still think a curveball is more effective over the long haul.
But a slider more just because it's more of a fastball.
Yeah, it's a
type
fastball.
of arm
It's almost like you create throwing a football from the fastball.
Off speed pitch, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Escobar worked the walk in the first. Unless, of course, you had like a old closer for the Baltimore Orioles, not old in age, but past tense, Greg Olson, who had a big 12-6 curveball.
By the way, he's here today.
Is he?
I saw him coming into the stadium. Yes. Brought his son, his wife, here at the ballpark.
I guess I should have used former instead of old.
That's all right.
I think I'm older than him.
You can get them anyhow. Yeah, Victor, getting back to that whole difference between a slider and a curveball. The slider's here. You go like, gets this action right here is a slider. Curveball's more in this direction, but a slider's here. You can change speeds on it, but it's a little more difficult. You feel that in your elbow a little bit more so than the curveball straight over the top.
Petit cleaning out his helmet after diving in head first. Two balls and a strike. Petit with a leadoff singles over at first base.
Certainly a good hit and run count here.
Time called by Dale Scott. A beach ball out in right center field.
Is that the first time it's ever found the field here, a beach ball?
Yeah. Adam Jones looked really thrilled having to run out there and pick it up.
Oh, a little finger roll.
Oh, yes, he did.
Little teardrop, little Steph Curry teardrop.
He plays such a shallow center field. It is somewhat of a pain to go all the way to the warning track to pick up that beach ball. Foul back. Good lead for Petit at first. 2-2. Called strike three. Escobar doesn't like it, but it looked like it caught the outside corner, one down.
Yeah, he painted that outside corner at 97. One of those, we talked about it often, a pitcher's pitch. You're at the mercy of the home plate umpire. Hitting the spot, framed well, kept it there, Weeders did. Dale Scott with the ring up.
Cole with a base hit in the first is 1 for 1.
Well, we talked about times at the plate last night for Wright. He was like 115 to 125. Gosman the same thing. But what you got to try to do is you have all these reports, you know, in your hands in that dugout. Certain counts, he will throw the split finger fastball, and he throws a lot of split finger fastball. The second pitch being behind in the count to a left-handed batter. So these are the times where you might pick a chance to try to steal a base.
One ball, one strike. Scoreless here in the third. Gosman with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. The 1-1. Fouled, and there goes Cole's thumb guard again. This time he saved the batter's box. Gorgeous night here at the Big A.
What a perfect day. That's a great view also.
Want to do the game from up there?
Yes.
All right with that?
Yes.
Might have to actually call it from a monitor. Lifted out to shallow left. Rickard coming in. 2 down. So Trout back. 2 outs now to man at first. Mike grounded out for third base for JB.
That's a pretty nasty split finger fastball there. He will throw a changeup and a splitter. He's about 14% of his pitches are sliders. Overall, 68% fastballs.
Jammed him. 0-2.
And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. Trout at the plate here. Back on this date, 2013, Mike Trout became the youngest AL player ever to hit for the cycle against Seattle.
Needing the home run in his last at bat. Going out to right center field.
5 others in Angel history hit for the cycle. Jim Fregosi did it twice. Dan Ford, Dave Winfield, Jeff Devannon, and Sean Figgins. Fregosi did it twice, the late great.
No balls, 2 strikes. Trout gets jammed and offset foul. Running that pitch in on the hands. Nasty movement to it. Down to the way.
Well, not too often you can see a guy that throws a 98-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees or below. Usually you see that upstairs in the strike zone. It's not an easy thing to do. With a glove side 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Trout pulls one through the left side, of base hit. So 2 on with 2 outs. Petit will stop at second. He was ready for that pitch up and in this time.
Going back to that cycle that he hit for, beats out an infield hit, that great speed 3 years ago today. How quick those hands are. Going inside out. Himself a triple. Then lines this one on a fastball on the inside part to play for a double. Says, whoa, slow down. And then the home run to complete the cycle. As only Mike Trout could do, going the other way. And the applause from the fans.
Lefty on the mound for Seattle, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who that was.
Wasn't Furbush, was it? Not sure if Charlie was on the mound to give up that home run. But I'm pretty sure it was a left-hander. Albert 0 for 1. That's a strike.
And the amazing thing about Trout so far this year, you think about what he has done and what he's accomplished as usual. .338 batting average when he's been behind in the count. So you're hitting the pitcher's pitch, where he's focused on finishing you up in that at bat. Yet he's still hitting that high, about 340 range.
Two-one pitch. Down low. 3 balls and a strike. It was Lucas Lipke. Litkey's the one that gave up the home run to Trout. Lucas pitching at AAA Salt Lake for the Angels now. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on. Scoreless here in the third. Making Gausman throw a lot of pitches. He's at 58 now.
And his pace has slowed down quite a bit now.
Albert called time on that one. Petit continued to get a bigger lead there. And I think that may be more of a distraction to Albert than anything else. Crone's on deck.
33 of the 58 pitch thrown have been strikes. 25 of them out of the strike zone, though. He's got a lot of movement. Very difficult to throw consistent strikes.
Oh, right down the pipe for a strike. I don't know if Albert was looking for something off speed, but that was straight as a string. So a full count. Runners will get a head start here. Here's the payoff. Albert pops it up, first base side. Weeder's giving chase, as is Davis, and it's into the dugout. Gausman was there as well.
Got over there quickly.
Yeah,
I would too if I jammed Albert Pujols. I don't want to face him again. I see all those home runs and hits and RBI he's had in his career on the way to the Hall of Fame. If I get it out, I'm going to run as far as I can to catch it.
Petit at second, Trout at first. They'll take off once again on the next pitch. Long third inning. Bottom of the third, I should say. The Angels can pay it off. 3-2. That's out toward right center field. Jammed it just enough. Jones will put it away for the third out. So the Angels leave a couple of men on. 3 complete. Still scoreless. Here at Angel Stadium, game 2 of a 3-game set against the Orioles. Hey folks, every fan matters, and the Angels take on the Tigers on Tuesday, May 31st at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a stylish, mind you, weathered baseball cap, courtesy of Fox Sports West. While supplies last, visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets.
Stylish and weathered.
Oh yeah, 2 words you never thought you'd see together. Stylish and weathered.
This every night when they see us in the opening.
Top of the order, Joey Rickard. Take upstairs. 9 up, 9 down for Matt Shoemaker. 4 strikeouts. He's not allowed a base runner through 3. Rickard struck out to lead off the game. One ball, one strike. Shoe had to sit for a while though, because that unusually bottom of the third did take a while.
A lot of pickoff throws, a lot of extra pitches, foul balls.
27 pitches for Gausman. 2 balls, 1 strike. Matt had thrown 35 coming into this inning. .25 for strikes. 2-1. That's out toward right. Cole back a couple of steps. One away.
That youngster's impressive with his power. Home run to left. That went to the warning track. Speaking of impressive, that view. Looking to light up that halo tonight.
You putting in the call?
Yes.
Yeah. There's Machado. 1 out, nobody on. Struck out in the first himself. He is 0 for 1.
Continuing that good pace for Matt Shoemaker.
Oh, 2 count.
He had him looking off speed there. Back-to-back fastballs.
That's a called strike 3. Down goes Machado. 2 outs. As soon as Dale Scott does that little 2-step going back, he's going to ring somebody up.
Split finger fastball outside part of the plate. He ran that one back.
Yeah. You could just watch Jet Bandy's reaction to it. Look, it was an odd pitch. It worked.
You make 3 quality pitches like that and you make Machado look at all 3. That's impressive.
Jones swinging first pitch. Skies went out to center. That's a quick and economical 1, 2, 3, 4. Matt Shoemaker's yet to allow a base runner through 4. Still scoreless as we hit at the bottom of the inning. Subaru, making the world a better place. And that's why they created Subaru Loves to Care, their commitment to a healthier community. And by El Pollo Loco, try the new double chicken salads today. Bottom of the fourth inning with no score. The Angels have had a couple of innings in which they had base runners.
Yum.
Did not score because, you know what, they lack sugar.
Yes.
They needed the cotton candy.
They needed the cotton candy.
12 up, 12 down for Matt Shoemaker. 5 strikeouts, no walks, and is not allowed to hit. Crone, Giavotella, Ortega here in the fourth.
And that was important for Shoemaker to have a quick inning to get Gausman back out there after throwing 27 pitches in the last half inning. Now if I'm CJ Crone, I'm sitting fastball first pitch. If I get it, I'm letting it fly.
Crone grounded out in the first. Halos 0 for 4 tonight with men in scoring position. Gausman made a start here against the Angels last August. Ended up taking the loss. 5 2/3, allowed 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. That's a strike. Crone backed out of the batter's box because a beach ball had hit the right field grass. Time wasn't called, so the pitch counts. It's 2-2.
And Crone right here thinking it's timeout out because of that beach ball on the field, and Gausman delivers the pitch. Again, you have to wait for the umpire to call a timeout.
Yeah. Can't assume that it's going to be granted. I mean, the umpires didn't see the beach ball. Full count.
And that's that 98-mile-an-hour fastball just below the knees.
Chris Davis, the first baseman, calling for this one. Foul territory. He'll make the catch for the first out.
Now here's tonight's Cold Hard Facts, which is brought to you by Clean Crisp. Coors Light. 10 Angels are currently on the disabled list. It's the most Angels have had before the end of May. They've been keeping this tally since 1987. There's Richards, Heaney. C.J. Wilson is going to go on assignment on Wednesday in A-ball to get ready, and talked for quite a while with Garrett Richards today. He's doing really good. He's feeling optimistic about coming back at some point this season. Got that stem cell injection into his elbow. Talked about percentages of coming back, what the doctors feel is a good way to go about keeping him healthy and getting him back on that mound sometime this season. Very optimistic.
The way he looked at it, it makes perfect sense. Number one, it didn't hurt him. He wasn't in pain. And number two, if he were to opt for Tommy John surgery, I guess in a conservative manner, it'd be maybe the end of next year. So why not go ahead and try this effort as Giavotella extends his hitting streak to 10 games and see if he can come back this year. And then if it doesn't work out, then have the Tommy John surgery.
Yeah,
17.
He's going to pretty much be on the same timetable, regardless.
Everyone seemed to want to jump the gun early on that he was going to have the surgery, but once he said, "I'm not in pain and I want to have a second, opinion on it,"
and the ligament we talk about a lot with the Tommy John surgery, different as far as where it was frayed going lateral. I mean, it's horizontal, the fraying, as compared to lateral as far as the fraying with most guys that have that type of surgery. So he's optimistic.
1 out, 1 on. Johnny now with a 10-game streak, and here's Ortega, who struck out his first time up. The Angels, by the way, are playing with a 24-man roster. Did so last night, do so tonight. And it's a procedural issue after the signing of Tim Lincecum. He's got to go through what they call option waivers because he agreed to a minor league assignment. And because of that, the Angels had to take Jeffrey Marte off the disabled list. It's one of those things that seldom happens, but that's just the way this deal was structured. So they're short on the bench anyway.
Should be back to a 25-man roster tomorrow. By the way, another real good swing by Giavotella. 10-game hit streak now. We showed that in the opening, how well he's hit the ball to all fields, that level swing. And I think you have to force the issue here, especially Ortega can put the ball on the ground. You might see Giavotella on the move at some point in this at bat with a hit and run being put on.
1-1 pitch. Runners on the move. Davis only plays to first, so Giavotella ends up at second. Now there are 2 outs.
Again, because that hit and run being put on, it's over just a little bit. That's going in the right field, and Giavotella is going all the way over to third base, but now still in scoring position. And going back to my Hyundai key to the game, can't stop the feeling. And that's that energy that Giavotella brings. Talked about him beginning part of the game in the opening. See a base hit here, going on that hit and run. And you know, anything into that outfield, he is going to go motoring around that third base to try to get that first run of the game.
Jeff Bandy struck out in the second. Takes a strike. .74 pitches for the Orioles right-hander. Oh, 2.
That's some serious life on a fastball. I know we said it a couple times already. When you're 97, 98, lower part of the strike zone, all you can do is hit that ball on the ground or try to line drive it. It's very difficult to create lift on a pitch down there, unless he runs it in down and in. Otherwise, it's very difficult. You got to think middle of the field.
Giavotella with a huge lead at second. 0-2, and that's out toward left. Rickard will make the catch, and that's the third out. The Angels leave another in scoring position. 4 complete, still scoreless here at the Big A. The 5th inning. Hey folks, Monday it's an American League West battle as Mike Trout and the Angels square off against Prince Fielder and the Rangers in a game you can only see on FS1. It all starts at 4:30 p.m. Pacific or you can watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Kevin Burkhardt will have the call of that game along with Mark Gubiza. Monday in Texas will be on FS1.
Nick Tropiano coming off an excellent start. His last time out, be on the hill. It looks like it's scheduled with Derek Holland.
Yeah, they showed you on the big screen, I guess, because they had the sign.
Ah, didn't even notice it.
I sit next to you. It's my 7th season, and like I'm excited because I see you on the big screen. Hey, look.
I know that dude.
I know that guy. There's Chris Davis to lead things off. Unbelievable. It's the little things in life.
That's one of those fast times at Ridgemount High moments.
Oh man, Davis struck out in the second. One of 5 punch outs for Matt Shoemaker. Rolled foul. That was 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Shoe's done a nice job as far as keeping the Orioles hitters off balance. His fastball has been good. Split's been great. Occasional changeup and slider's been solid.
And quick outs too. 11 pitches in the first, 16 in the second, and then 8 pitches each in the third and fourth. One and two. That's a nasty movement down the way.
Again, the key to pitching is getting hitters to guess along with you. And when you do that, that's when you can exploit the strike zone.
Called strike 3. Dale Scott rings him up. 1 down.
That was a little Three Stooges moment. Mo, Larry, the cheese right here on the outside corner at 93. So far, excellent from Shoemaker. 4 1/3, zeros across the board with 6 punch-outs.
13 up, 13 down for Shoemaker. Here's Mark Trumbo. Ground ball to third, his first time up. That's a strike. Cued foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Sixth time tonight. Shoemaker's gone to an 0-2 count. One and 2. Scoreless here in the 5th. Six strikeouts for Shoemaker, a season high for him. Trumbo bounces this one to third. Escobar plays the short high. Off balance throw. It's true. 2 down.
Tell you what, that split finger fastball has been perfect so far for Shoe. That runs down and in and gets a ground ball against Trumbo. Tough in between hop too for Escobar to make the play on that one. See that split once again, and then he turns over the wrist. Not a lot of movement in the seams of the baseball, and then down and in, and then off the bottom part of the bat.
Matt Waiters takes a strike. Shoemaker 11 for 15 as far as first pitch strikes tonight. This one's out to left field. Ortega coming in. He'll dive and he can't get it. It gets by him. It'll trickle out toward the warning track. Weeder's on his way to second. He'll stop there with a 2-out double. First base runner of the game for Baltimore.
It's a valiant effort there for Ortega to try to run that one down. Especially because Weeder's the guy has good power the other way, so you have to respect that, play a little deeper. Missed a fastball, went inside out on it. Almost able to track that one down. Full extension on the dive after that play we saw the other day where he dove right by the chalk line. And Shoemaker appreciated that effort that Ortega made to try to preserve and keep that no-no going.
There's Pedro Alvarez. Struck out to lead off the third inning.
Now right now, first pitch important for Shoemaker. First time to pitch out of that stretch position.
Shift on with Alvarez at the plate, and he'll take low. Johnny's out in shallow right field. See where Petit is playing, almost up the middle. Two balls and no strikes. 16 batters into the game, and all of a sudden find yourself in the stretch position for the first time. A little different feel,
different release point, at least initially.
It's the first time tonight that he's had a 2-0 count. 3 balls, no strikes. Jonathan Scope is on deck.
Got to be careful here, though. Don't disgroove a fastball. Alvarez with good power will get the green light. Right-handed batter, Scope on deck.
Ground ball back up the middle, right to Petit. One to the bottom of the fifth, still scoreless. The fifth inning, 9-1-2 coming up for the Angels. I want to remind you this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Gregorio Petit to lead things off. He's 1 for 1, had a leadoff single to start the third inning, but eventually stranded at second base.
He did a real nice job of staying back on the slider, went right back up the middle. Head down, looking to drive the ball back through the middle.
Pulls this one foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Petit's done a really nice job. He's being called up. This fellow, man, obviously A veteran of many minor league seasons, now 31 years of age. Doesn't look overwhelmed. What you'd expect of a guy with so many games at the minor league level.
Knows how difficult it is to get to this spot. I'll tell you, his arm strength is amazing. He's got good baseball instincts also.
Line back up the middle. 97-mile-per-hour heater. And Petit is 2 for 2.
Exactly what he was trying to do. He's just trying to make contact. He knows he's going to have to fight off a pretty tough pitch, especially being behind in the count. Goes right back up the middle. Rotation of a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Didn't try to pull it. Stays back on it well. Good leverage, lower part of his body. The eyes right on that baseball and got the barrel of the bat up the middle. Second time he's got a hit up the middle.
Here's Escobar. Walk and a strikeout. Saw this last time Petit had the base hit to lead off the third.
Yeah, I think this sign's coming in from the dugout. Buck Showalter's thinking in terms of, he's seen Mike Scioscia play a number of different times. These are the type of plays where you might see a hit and run put on. So he's trying to shorten up his lead.
The ball's at a strike on Yunel. Went down looking into third inning. One of 3 strikeouts for Gausman to go with 1 walk. And now 5 hits allowed.
Those have good career numbers against him. 6 for 11 for Escobar versus Gausman. Pretty good sized lead.
Ground ball towards short. Machado to Scope to Davis. Double play, 2 down. The 2 outs, base is clear for Calhoun. It's the 9th double play that Escobar has hit into this year. That leads the team. Pujols second with 7.
46th as a team.
Yeah. Cole tonight 1 for 2. That's hit out toward right center field. Just in on the hands enough. Jones is there. The Angels are done here in the 5th. 5 in the book. Still goose eggs on the board. It's a scoreless tie.
Sports West is brought to you by Infinity. Visit your local Southern California Infinity retailer for a test drive today. And by Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org.
Top of the 6th here at Angel Stadium, still scoreless. 8-9-1 coming up for the Orioles. Matt Shoemaker threw 5 innings, second consecutive start in which he has lasted 5. 6 punch outs, no walks, 1 hit allowed. That was the 2-out double to Wieters in left field last inning.
He's doing a lot of first pitch strikes, but he's mixed up that first pitch also. It's not just been fastballs. Sliders, split finger fastballs. Goes right back with another good slider. 17 batters facing this game, 12 first pitch strikes. Knowing the scope, can hit a fastball very well. Jammed him just enough his last at bat to fly out to left.
One down, 7th strikeout for Shoemaker.
Shoe with 7-0-2 counts. He's been aggressive too when he's gotten ahead of the count. That's a slider that stayed upstairs. Again, it was off the outside part of the plate to get a swing and miss.
But it's 7-0-2 counts, Gooby, and then finishing the hitter. Not all of a sudden nibbling and it's 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. Just finishing guys off.
And that's why you see 60 pitches thrown so far in this game. You're 1 out into the 6th inning. That's excellent. Again, mixing it up. That's a little split finger fastball. He's mixing his changeup first pitch. We go along with his slider and his fastball.
Flaherty grounded out his first time up. That was that ball that Shoemaker kicked back towards Jet Bandy. A 1-2-3 put out for the out at first base. I've never seen that for a 1-out play. I've seen it on a double play. The pitcher comes home, but not just for 1 out. 0-2 ground ball, and that'll beat the shift. Pretty good piece of hitting by Flaherty. A little inside out approach. He's got a little speed to him.
And 1 stolen base, one thing that Baltimore doesn't do a whole lot of, but that's run and steal. It's a fastball that didn't quite get exactly where he wanted to go. He wanted to go inside with the fastball, and it drifted out enough where it just makes contact, Flaherty, and finds that vacated shortstop position.
One 0 count on Rickard, the left fielder. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to right. Again, the Orioles with a total of 5 stolen bases on the season. They are dead last. They don't sacrifice. They have 1 sacrifice on the year. That was Rickard. Clearly not a sacrifice situation here with 1 out.
And just 10 total attempts to steal a base.
One ball, 1 strike. Good breaking ball.
We talked about Jet Bandy, how well he has thrown the ball this year at AAA, throwing out 48% would-be base stealers. Especially this top of the order now up for Baltimore. You get that concentration level has to be even more so this part of the order.
Two balls, one strike. Just in off the plate. Short lead for Flaherty at first. 2-1. That's in there. 2-2.
It's a good slider there from Shoemaker.
Halos in the bottom of the 6th inning have Trout, Pujols, and Cron due up. Gosman has matched the zeros on the board. Shoemaker's put up. Two. Swing and a miss. Down goes Rickard. 2 down.
Great location once again by Shoe. 8th punch out in the game. It's on top of that split finger fastball once again. Downward action. Starts around belt high, ends up below the knees for a swing and miss. Even as a hitter, you're trying to go down to get to that baseball, couldn't make contact. You got to be careful here. Machado has been patient so far in this game. He's punched out twice, once swinging, once looking. Last at bat threw 2 fastballs in a row. He's going to be looking first pitch fastball. Got to locate it well if you throw it.
Check swing. He went around.
Yeah, you can see he's looking fastball. He chased that breaking ball out of the strike zone.
Machado has struck out twice tonight, once swinging, once looking.
Another good off-speed pitch. 9 0-2 counts for Shoemaker tonight.
8 punch outs on the evening. No walks. 2 hits allowed. Flaherty still at first base. Bandy set up away.
You know, sometimes the manager will put a steal on an 0-2 count, anticipating a breaking ball. Worst case scenario, if you throw him out, you give a fresh at bat to Machado next inning.
Machado pulls one down the left field line. That hook's foul. I think that's the most overrated play. The 0-2 with 2 outs, throw over to first base.
No, yeah, exactly. That time the split finger fastball drifted back, and he's trying to keep that one fair. A little Carlton Fisk action. That split finger just drifted out over the plate. You're gonna throw that splitter away, make sure it goes down and away.
check swing. Did not go. It's 1-2. I think when you got a guy that's geared up as much as Machado is for a fastball, you stay off speed.
Yep. The only other option you have if you're going to throw a fastball, it's got to be away and down. Anything inside, it's troubles.
There's that breaking ball. Down goes Machado, and ninth strikeout of the night for Matt Shoemaker. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Trout to lead things off in a scoreless game.
Off this inning after Matt Shoemaker has been very good. Mike Trout, 11 career home runs against Baltimore, has been extremely hot. Last 34 games, 351 batting average, 9 home runs, 27 RBI. Shoemaker looking for some support here. And there's the Trout net looking to drive one that way.
Trout, Pujols, Crone for the Angels here in the bottom of the sixth inning. First one from Gausman is in there for a strike. Trout tonight, 1 for 2. Ground ball to third and a single to left.
And Trout has that good power when on a fastball inside. And he's been seeing a lot of pitches inside from Gausman, and even last night from Wright. So bring those hands in and get the barrel of the bat on there, be a short and compact swing.
One ball, one strike. Came right after him with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball.
And that's the zone where Trout could do some damage.
Two balls, two strikes. Gausman got drafted by the Dodgers out of high school. Decided not to sign, went to LSU instead. Became a first-round pick, the 4th overall selection. This was pulled foul.
And he's looking forward to potentially going to the College World Series. His great-grandfather helped install the lights at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, where they play the College World Series.
If I remember correctly, the story that his grandfather got tickets to the College World Series in perpetuity. for helping him sell those lights at Rosenblatt. At that point, Rosenblatt Stadium, as Trout goes down swinging for the first down.
Remember that stadium very well. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This tremendous movement. I know Baltimore Orioles fans have been waiting for a while to see if Gausman is going to develop into the type of pitcher they envisioned when they drafted him as high as they did. Certainly has proved a lot here tonight.
.91 pitches for the right-hander. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. 5 hits allowed. Albert hitless tonight. Takes a slider for a strike.
In the shift on this at bat, we have not seen that necessarily against Albert in the first couple of bats.
We haven't seen Baltimore move around a whole lot at all the first 2 games.
Yeah, they're about 14th in baseball as far as shifting.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball back to the mound. 2 outs. Every moment matters. Join us for Family Sunday presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink on May 29th. Angels taking on the Astros. 12:35 start. Visit the Gate 5 courtyard for fun activities. And after the game, kids in attendance get to run the bases. Go to angels.com to get your tickets. Two outs, nobody on for Crone. 0 for 2 with a ground down and a pop-up.
.95 pitches thrown by Gausman, with 61 of them being strikes. He's been settled in around that pitch number this whole season.
Crone rips one out to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Trumbo over to cut it off, spins around and gets it back in. It's a 2-out single for Crone. 6th hit of the night for the Angels. Keep the inning alive for Johnny Giavatello. Johnny extended his hit streak to a career high best 10 games with a single in the 4th.
Johnny Giavatello has been clutch in these moments, needing an extra base hit to be able to potentially score C.J. Crone from first.
One ball, 1 strike. Seattle shut out Cincinnati today 4-0. Texas picked up the win against Houston. I think the Rangers are undefeated against the Astros this year. Cesar Ramos got the start in that one, went 6 innings. That was down at Minute Maid Park. Oakland lost to the Yankees today 5-1. Here scoreless in the 6th. 1-2.
That's 3 straight split finger fastballs Gausman has thrown Giavatello. No, how hot he's been on the fastball. The differential in the speeds in this game for Gausman. 99 best fastball, 80-mile-an-hour slowest breaking ball.
Johnny goes down swinging, and we've played 6 here at the Big A, and we're still scoreless.
play of the game brought to you by Arco. That Shoemaker has been on his game tonight. His split finger fastball has been excellent. The command of his fastball set up that pitch in some very dangerous hitters to look fastball and then get that off-speed pitch, spotting throughout this game. 9 punch-outs so far for Shoe, as he's able to hit his spot consistently with all his pitches. Been dominant. There's 2 hits allowed, no walks, 9 punch-outs. Season high as far as strikeouts. He's also career high at 10. He's done that 5 times.
Yeah, last time he did it was August 4th against Cleveland. He's thrown a total of 73 pitches, 53 for strikes. He's got Jones, Davis, and Trumbo here in the 7th. That's 3, 4, and 5 for Baltimore. And he gets ahead at no balls and a strike. Back toward the middle, and that'll sneak through for a leadoff single. 3rd hit of the night for the Orioles. Leadoff man on board for the first time for the Orioles. Here comes Chris Davis.
Another ground ball because you have T playing in the hole, and then the ground ball, Giavotella playing behind second base, dies but unable to make that play. Even if he gets that, with Adam Jones' speed, he's going to beat that one out. Now the dangerous Chris Davis at the plate now for Baltimore.
Davis tonight has struck out twice. Once swinging, once looking.
Chris Davis this year has not grounded in any double plays. He's mainly a guy that hits the ball in the air. 22 batters faced for Shoemaker tonight. 16 first pitch strikes thrown.
Jones has not attempted a stolen base this year. That's 0-2.
10th time for Shoe. Head of the count 0-2.
Lifted out toward right center field. Towering shot. Trout calling for it. Jones tagging and will stop. I'm telling you folks, teams and players have stopped running against Trout in those type of situations. Early on in his career, they would try to take that extra base.
And again, how he strengthened up his arm, long tossing. If you're a youngster at home, the best way to strengthen up that arm is long tossing. Got back, got behind the baseball. He gets behind and gives himself a very good throwing position, and knowing that Jones may indeed try to think about tagging up, and then a perfect throw right on the base. And a wise decision by Adam Jones to stay where he was at.
Doing his arm exercises.
Said, yeah, that's how that arm's getting stronger.
Trumbo is swinging a miss. Twice is grounded out over to third. The dribbler foul. That's 0-2. You see Trumbo's reaction after that swing, just frustrated.
It was a nasty pitch from Shoemaker. And another off-speed pitch, split. And another 0-2 count. 11.
popped up behind the plate. This one's headed toward the seats. Bandy will give it a look, but it's out of play. Fell right into her lap. Oh, 2 pitch. Way outside.
And muscle up on a slider. See if we can get Trumbo to chase. A little bit too far out of the strike zone even from the get-go.
Jones over at first with 1 out. Mark getting to start tonight at right field. He played some right field for the Angels. DH at first base. Even the experiment at third base. Swing and a miss. Down goes Trumbo. 2 outs.
That ties a career high as far as strikeouts in a game for Shoemaker. And come right back to that split finger fastball. It has been devastating. Swing and miss. Trumbo, first time he struck out Trumbo with that pitch tonight.
So the best trivia of Mark Trumbo involved in is the Jared Weaver no-hitter. Man who started and finished the game at third base was none other than Trumbo during that no-hitter against Minnesota.
And ahead of the count once again for Shoemaker. Guy asked Trumbo before when he's with the Angels which outfield position he'd like to play better. He preferred right field, where he's at here tonight for Baltimore. Wieters, real good numbers here at this ballpark. 363 for Wieters at the Big A.
Had a 2-out double in the 5th, but stranded in scoring position. This one's hooked over to Giavitello, and that'll do it for the Orioles. Leadoff single, stranded at first. Stretch time at the Big A, still scoreless. Shoemaker season high. He's thrown 86 pitches. Looks like he'll be coming back out for the 8th inning in a scoreless time. Take a look at the Honda probables for tomorrow afternoon. It's a 12:35 start. Angels Live will kick things off at noon. Ubaldo Jimenez on the mound for the Orioles. Jared Weaver is on the mound for the Angels.
Real good numbers for Weaver. His last 9 starts versus Baltimore, 6-1 with the area just over 3.
It's the bottom third of the order. Ortega, Bandy, and Petit. Gosman at 100 pitches. Action beginning now for Baltimore in their bullpen. Rafi's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Another beach ball out in the warning track. Brad Brock getting ready. He pitched last night. She worked the 9th.
He's got that split finger fastball working both pitchers tonight. Very good with that pitch.
That's a called strike 3. Ortega goes down looking. 1 out. 6th strikeout for Gosman. Hey, follow Angels Baseball live with MLB.com at BAT app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at BAT, #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. There's Jet Bandy. First big league start tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to left.
That fastball was well overthrown by Gosman. 105 pitches, most he's thrown this season, 111.
One ball, one strike. And they got a piece of Dale Scott.
Scott's been a solid umpire for a lot of years. Crew chief.
Pulled foul. Six strikeouts for Gosman, 1 walk. He's allowed 6 hits tonight. This is a shot towards second. Scopes got it to the backhand. 2 down.
Hit well by Bandy. Got a couple good at bats, last 2. Right at the second baseman though. A very solid call in the game tonight.
We had a couple of big catchers in this game.
Yes.
Matt Wieters and Jet Bandy.
Yeah, even before that rule at the plate, no collision, there's not going to be many collisions with those 2 guys at the plate anyhow. You're going to try to avoid those 2.
Yep. Petit hits one out towards center field. Adam Jones was playing shallow, still racing back. It's over his head. off the base of the wall. Petit on his way to second with his third hit of the ball game.
Well, what a game he has had. All 3 hits, middle part of the field against Gausman. This time aggressive, down in the strike zone and just missed. Getting that one out, lower part of the wall. And Adam Jones gets it in quickly. Another real good swing by Petit.
Second career 3-hit game for Gregorio Petit, the last one. In 2009 as a member of the Oakland A's. One ball, no strikes on Escobar. Hitless tonight, 0 for 2. Drew a walk in the first, the only free pass Gausman has issued.
And some good numbers in his career versus Gausman coming into the game. 6 for 10. 6 for 12 in his career.
He hasn't looked comfortable tonight against
He's ran that fastball in and then gone away the very next pitch. Had some good sink action on the fastball. You have to bring the hands in to get the barrel of the bat on it.
There it is again. Fouled. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, running action inside again. All night long, he's been able to do that and then go away with a slider.
Big lead for Petit with 2 outs here in the 7th. Line into right center field, base hit. Petit will come in to score. The Angels have a 1-0 lead.
That's a good piece of hitting. 2 really good pieces of hitting in this inning to score the first run of this game. Double to the wall, center field, and then an inside-out approach. Another fastball, and this time he kept brings his hands in and gets the barrel of the bat and goes inside-out approach for a base hit. He's able to bring his hands in. Brings the hand in, got the barrel of the bat, stayed back on it, and another base hit in his career versus Gausman. And that base hit's going to knock Gausman out of the game with that swing. What a perfect swing from Yunel Escobar, driving in the first and only run of the game.
Pitching change, first of the ball game. The Angels get a run. It's 1-0. Still batting here in the 7th. Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. On a mission to save you money. Log on to MercuryInsurance.com today to get a fast free quote and see how much you could save. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Halos with a 2-out rally, back-to-back hits, a double by Petit and a single by Escobar, giving the Angels a 1-0 lead as Gausman is done after 112 pitches. He's responsible for Escobar at first. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Vance Worley, pitching in his 10th game, has gone 2-0 with a 2.28 ERA. He's also made 2 starts this year, 22 strikeouts and 23 and 2/3 innings, and he's facing Cole Calhoun. First one is up and away.
Yeah, he's not overpowering with his fastballs. 87 to 91 range. He throws a cut fastball, quite a few of them. Curveball and changeup.
Worley picked up off the waiver wire. Pittsburgh put on the waiver wire. The Orioles claimed it. This one gets by Wieters. Escobar will advance to the scoring position.
Going back to that swing by Escobar, he did a great job. His fastball, he's got a lot of pitches on the inner part of the plate throughout this sequence. Brings his hands right inside to be able to get that barrel of the bat and be able to hit that ball to the right side of the field. All about bringing the hands inside the baseball well to get the barrel of that on that baseball after pitch inside.
11th RBI of the season for Yanel. He's in scoring position. Cole chase, but would have been ball 3. Said it's 2 balls, 1 strike. That is Salas getting ready. Oh, the way Shoemaker's pitched through 7.
No, he doesn't look like that's just in case. Shoemaker still, you see that focus, he's locked in.
2-1, 3-1. Trout on deck.
More for Cole now. You got a man in scoring position, and Cole has been very, very good in this spot this season. Batting average, very good with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. 529 batting average for Cole coming into the game.
And there's a walk. So 2 on, 2 outs. Brings up Trout. Trout 1 for 3 tonight with a single back in the 3rd inning.
Well, after a ton of pitches inside throughout that game by Gausman against Trout, you got a guy on the mound who throws a lot of cut fastballs. They should go right into the barrel of the bat of Trout. Looking away. Unless Wieters wants to try to stay inside.
Oh no, in the dirt. Now it stayed near the plate, so runners could not advance. Worley pitched 3 years at Long Beach State. The Phillies' 3rd round pick in 2008. Last year was with Pittsburgh. 1-0. Strike, evens the count at 1-1.
They're trying to go inside, but it's a little different coming inside with 88 to 90 as compared to 96 to 99 inside on you.
See Escobar at second, Calhoun at first. 1-1. Watch out. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And he's going inside to make sure if he makes a mistake, it's going to be off the inside part of the plate, and that's exactly where it was. It almost gets the tricep of Trout.
Foul back. Evens up the count at 2-2. Baltimore in the 8th inning will have the bottom third of it toward a due-up. Alvarez, Scope, and Flaherty. Matching a career high 10 strikeouts for Matt Shoemaker. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 singles, and a double. talk things over here. Two-2 pitch. Full count. Runners will get a head start now. Pujols on deck. 3-2. This is pulled down the line, foul.
And again, another fastball in. They're determined to stay inside. I think that's the conversation where Wieters had with Worley out there. He said, let's stay with that fastball in. Even if you walk him, I'm okay with that, but keep trying to jam him with his fastball inside. Because there is an open base, even though it's at third base right now.
Runners again take off, 3-2, and Trout fouls it off. Stick save by Pujols in the on-deck circle. Yet another. This one's down the right field line, slashing out of play. Escobar and Calhoun getting a nice workout in.
A lot of it pitches this at bat. Trout generally sees a lot of pitches per at bat.
And he walked him. So they're loaded up now for Albert. The Worley's come on in relief here and walked the two batters that he has faced. Here comes Buck Showalter. He's going to go back out to the bullpen. Another pitching change. We're still in the seventh. Bases loaded. 2 outs for Pujols when we return. Eight total hits, 3 by Gregorio Petit, and really the big one is started the rally here in the 7th inning. A 2-out double over the head of Adam Jones to the base of the wall in center field. Petit eventually came around to score on the single by Yunel Escobar, and 2 walks thereafter and loaded him up for Albert Pujols. As Brad Brock is pitching in his 2nd consecutive game, threw 15 pitches last night. Scoreless inning of relief, issuing 1 walk. Albert did not face him last night, but Albert will face him here tonight. Pujols tonight 0 for 3. A fielder short, a fly ball to center, and a comebacker to the mound. Escobar at 3rd, Calhoun at 2nd, and Trout over at first base. First one on the way. Albert lays off. Says he went around. Wow. 0-1 count. Bob Davison over at first base with that call.
See if Albert indeed crossed the plate. Yep.
Good call by Bob. The 0-1. This is lifted foul. The ball is 2 strikes. Albert this year 2 for 5 with the bases loaded. 3 runs batted in.
Certainly really good career numbers for Albert with the bases loaded. In the 330 range.
Oh-2. Albert chops this one towards short. Machado's got it. They're on the first, and the inning is over. As the Angels leave him loaded, but they do strike for a run. We hit to the 8th inning, and the Angels on top 1-0.
Matt Shoemaker, we head to the top of the 8th inning. A Patrick O'Neill Angels with the 1-0 lead now over the Orioles. Shoe with a run to work with. Make sure you stick around after this game. Undeniably, the place to get all the reaction is Angels Live. I'll be joined by Jose Mota, Alex Curry with the interviews. Want to hear from Shoe, want to hear from Soch, maybe Jet Bandy about this great connection. But Victor, obviously the 2-out rally there was clutch with Petit and with Escobar, but did Gooby by chance break out the rally cat and have a little conversation?
It's been there the whole time,
okay,
Patrick.
I figure.
I know you're a rally cat hater, man. It's okay.
What? I'm on board.
Let it go, buddy.
I'm on board.
Let it go, man. Shoemaker's worked 7 innings. He's matched a career high with 10 strikeouts. And that one misses down low. Alvarez, Scope, and Flaherty, 7, 8, 9. Alvarez over 2, a strikeout and a ground out. One on one. 10 strikeouts. It's the 6th time that Shoe's done that in his career. Ground ball over toward first, and it's foul. 1-2. Longest outing of Shoemaker's career is 8 innings. That was June 17, 2014 at Cleveland. Had 10 strikeouts in that game and threw 94 pitches. He's at 89 right now. Salo's still warming in the pen, just in case. Two balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Alvarez, and a new career high in punch-outs. Number 11 on the night.
91st pitch of the game for Shoemaker at 92-mile-an-hour fastball to get a swing and miss. Great rotation on that four-seam fastball. Inside part of the plate, tied him up, no contact. Most important number 2 there really is no walks so far. And boy, has he been ahead of the count consistently. All his pitches been able to throw for first pitch strike. 26 batters faced, 19 first pitch strikes.
That's glove, and it's foul though. John Tempane making the call. Nice play by Escobar.
And that's the third base umpire's call once it goes by the base. And you can see that's clearly foul. But again, you got to go through and make the play if you're Escobar, and he did. 12 times. Head of the count 0-2.
It's a novel idea, isn't it? Pitching ahead.
Yes.
0-2 now.
Well, remember a couple years ago when Garrett Richards was 0-2 on the scene. Every Houston Astro batters down there at Minute Maid Park, and he was just finishing off hitter after hitter, getting ahead of the count, not wasting pitches.
Tied him up, and that gets away. Now goes a strikeout, wild pitch. So it'll be his 12th strikeout, but a man on now. But Flaherty.
Pretty nasty split finger fastball. Sosa looks like he may be going down to the bullpen now. See that split finger fastball? Check out the movement on this pitch. And late movement. It's almost behind the back leg of Scope.
Well, she's going to be lifted here. I'm not sure why, but terrific outing for him tonight. He departs with a 1-0 lead. On the mound for Matt Shoemaker, spectacular outing for him at 95 pitches and still going strong. Just had a strikeout, but a wild pitch puts a man on first base. Mike Scioscia decides to give the ball over to Fernando Salas, and he'll be facing Ryan Flaherty.
You talk about being in control the entire game. Awesome game by Shoemaker.
Flaherty 1 for 2. Beat the shift on a bouncing single through the left side of the 6th inning. Fernando last pitched on Thursday through 17 pitches in the game against the Dodgers. One ball, one strike. 7 1/3, 3 hits, 12 strikeouts, and no walks for Shu. First man to ever fan Manny Machado 3 times in a game. Flaherty reaching for it, rolls it foul, 1-2.
Last Angel to strike out 12 guys in a game was Weaver versus the Astros back on September 13th, 2014. What an effort tonight by Shu. And he won 3-ball count the entire game for Matt Shoemaker. That's a good block. The Jet Bandy. That was well away from the plate.
I'm curious to hear Scioscia's explanation for taking out Shu. I mean, obviously it's his decision. That's totally cool. But like everyone's sitting here wondering, why take out a guy who's absolutely dealing? I mean, if he was good enough to go out there to start the 8th, unless things start going awry for him, figure let him finish it. As good as the night has been for him. Flaherty goes down swinging, 2 outs.
In the conversation I've had with Scioscia about Shoemaker in particular, I've asked him the last couple of years, where does that pitch count? And again, we get caught up in pitch counts. This stuff was so good tonight. I think he just moved that to the side.
Great.
But he generally says right around that 95 to 105 range where he feels that Shoemaker's stuff and location changes. And that's why the theory for him right now, he goes to the bullpen.
It's probably his best start in 2 years.
No question. Excellent stuff.
There's the deciding factor, as opposed to anything that's predetermined. Top of the order now. Here's Rickard. You got a guy that has been struggling the way Shu has struggled through last year and at the beginning of this year. He comes out here and just was flat out dealing. Would like to have seen him just finish off the inning. Team sport, I suppose, and you're just trying to pick up the W. Rickard fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes.
Another 0-2 count. Seen that throughout for Angel pitching tonight. Clinic as far as pitching, 13th time tonight the Angels pitching has got ahead of the count 0-2.
By the way, there's 3 strikeouts in this 8th inning. Man at first reached on a wild pitch.
Ooh, he almost got a chase. That was a good target set upstairs by Bandy. He almost went after it.
Rickard's gone down twice. He's 0 for 3. 2 punch outs and a fly ball to right. One-two pitch down low.
That guy right there, you wanted to lead off the top of the 9th.
2-2. Rickard rolls it foul.
Big pitch right here now for Fernando Salas. Try to finish him off in his 2-2 count. Don't want to go 3-2 to give Scope an opportunity to be going on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs.
Jam shot, roller to the right side. Giavotella has to hurry, barehands it, flips it over to Crone. Got him! Nice play by Johnny G to get the 3rd out.
Yeah, we talked about that energy for Johnny Giavotella. Looks like Baltimore, they may want to look at it. It's a close play, but what a play by Giavotella, and they're not. The energy, Johnny G, great play to finish off the inning with the bare hand, all in one motion, flips it over the first for the final out. 1-0 lead for the Angels going to the bottom of the 8th. What a job by Shoemaker tonight.
Angels up 1-0. Brad Brock is back out of the bump. Finished off the 7th inning. They C.J. Crone, who swings through the breaking ball.
Well, what a job by Matt Shoemaker. The Shuku Kachu came back tonight with 12 punch-outs, no walks, 7 1/3 shutout innings on 3 hits.
Crone lifts one out toward right field. Trumbo moving over. And he'll make the catch for the first out.
And now it's time for the T-Mobile greater coverage of baseball. We've got a great one here tonight. There were some tough ones in baseball throughout. Boston beats Cleveland. Cleveland's been playing good baseball. Joe Kelly had a no-hitter through 6 2/3, ended up being just 1 hit. Seattle with King Felix shuts out Cincinnati. In New York, starting to play better baseball. 4 straight wins. Beat Oakland 5-1. That's Tanaka with the victory for the Yankees.
Giavotella 1 for 3. 10-game hitting streak now, career high. Bouncer toward third. Flaherty has to lay back on it. 2 down.
By the way, said Jim Kelly, Joe Kelly from Boston. An excellent effort. He had a perfect game going into the 5th inning. Ended up just giving up for 1 hit.
Joe Smith getting ready for the 9th. Orioles will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Machado, Jones, and Davis. Ortega fouling it back off the mask. Rafael 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Glove by Machado, but you're not going to throw out Ortega. It's an infield single. Bring up Jet Bandy.
With that speed of Ortega, he's got to be going to that first pitch. Always good to have somebody at first base with speed that can steal a base, distract the pitcher, maybe make a mistake, and Bandy can hit a ball a long way on a mistake fastball.
Bandy tonight 0 for 3. Grounded out sharply his last time up. Quick throw over there. Orioles thinking along the same lines. Bandy lifts one out toward right. Trumbo coming in on it. We head to the 9th inning. Joe Smith looking to close this one out. It's 1-0 Angels. Trying to close it out for the Angels and tie this series up at a game apiece after the Angels dropped the opener last night 9-4. Matt Shoemaker, a spectacular outing for him, looking for back-to-back wins. Remember, he picked up the W against the Dodgers on Monday at Dodger Stadium. Joe's pitching in his 21st game, 1-2 record, 3.43 ERA, looking to pick up his 6th save of the season.
Trying to keep that fastball down, get some quick ground ball outs, and a very good slider. Running that fastball in, down, and in. Good location.
2, 3, and 4 coming up for Baltimore. Machado, Jones, and Davis. So no easy task for Joe. A lineup that is very dangerous, although stymied tonight by Matt Shoemaker. And then Fernando Salas to close out anyways, the 8th inning. And Machado, the shortstop, 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts. Shoemaker's final line, 7 1/3. Season high for him. 3 hits, 12 strikeouts, a new career high for him. Slider, first pitch, and it's 0-1. Joe picked up his 5th save on Thursday night. scoreless inning, had 1 strikeout as Machado pops it up in the infield. Yamel Escobar finally takes charge, makes the catch for out number 1.
Joe Smith directing traffic.
Adam Jones 1 for 3 with a single. Slider in for a strike. Chopper to short. Brendan Ryan throws him out. 2 outs. Ryan taking over at shortstop with the team going over to second base.
A little tough in between hop. Ryan very good with the glove though. Strong throwing arm himself.
So 2 outs, nobody on, and the ever dangerous Chris Davis up. Davis tonight 0 for 3. Ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit. So tying run is on board, and it's Mark Trumbo coming to the plate.
It's a pretty good pitch. It was down, outer part of the plate. Davis. It's a good part of the bat on that and finds a hole through the infield. And that's what you want to do. You want the outer part of the plate. Keep the ball away from a powerful hitter like Davis, and he beats the shift.
Trumbo hitless, a couple of ground outs to third and a strikeout. Hit by Davis, the 4th for the Orioles. Slider away. Cron holding Davis on at first. 2-0. Slider in there. 2-1. Off the plate. Switch hitting catcher Matt Wieters on deck. Three-1. Trumbo takes a strike, full count. And now Davis will get the head start from first.
Wonderful for the slider here as the fans are on their feet.
Time called. Trumbo asking for it at the last second. Here comes the 3-2. And he threw a slider and he missed. So 2 on with 2 outs. And Wieters coming to the plate. So the tying run now at second base.
So going to be a pinch runner for Trumbo.
Nolan Reimold, the trail runner. Wieters tonight 1 for 3. Doubled out to left field in the 5th inning. Shift on, Petit down in shallow right. Brendan Ryan playing toward the middle. And that first one's upstairs. Joe getting the first 2 batters quickly. Machado to pop up in the infield. Jones on the chopper, but Davis a single and now a walk to Trumbo. Here's the 1-0. That's out toward left center field. Hit well. That's a long run for Rafael Ortega. He's at the wall, and that is gone. A 3-run home run for Matt Wieters puts the Orioles on top here in the 9th, 3-1.
Well, we talked about the numbers for Wieters in this ballpark and the power he has the other way. Fastball that is away, but elevated. See how it's drifting out over the plate when you see a catcher reaching back.
A 2-out, 3-run blast. Wieters' 4th of the season. And a 1-0 lead is dissipated into the night. It's a 3-1 deficit now. And it's Pedro Alvarez now up. He's 0 for 3. No decision, unfortunately, for Matt Shoemaker for his terrific outing. Upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. Little number left side. Joe will barehand it. There's the 3rd out. But Matt Wieters with a 3-run blast the opposite way gives the Orioles a 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Orioles. Matt Wieters on his 30th birthday. 2 hits tonight, a double and the dagger in the heart of Angel fans. At the top of the 9th inning, a 3-run blast out to left center field as Zach Britton takes over on the mound. And he's going to face 9-1-2. Britton pitching in his 18th game. He's 2-1, a 1.59 ERA, 11 saves on the season, 20 strikeouts, 7 hits allowed in 17 innings of work.
Yeah, a lot of fastballs from Britton. Fastball is going to be 93 to 97. Occasional slider, but good movement on his fastball.
Nolan Reimold, who pinch ran for Trumbo, stays in the game. He's in left field. Rickard, who started the game in left, is now in right. No other changes for the Orioles. Gregorio Petita 3-hit game, 2 singles and a double. And the first one is down low.
He's trying to get on base. That top of the order coming up. And Escobar, followed by Calhoun, and hopefully Trout gets into the bat.
Three 3-0. But in a third-round pick by the Orioles back in 2006. A one-time starter. Transitioned to the bullpen full-time back in 2014. And 37 saves then, 36 saves last year. Now the 3-0. And that is ball 4. The last 2 nowhere close. Petita's on board for the 4th time. The Angels have the tying run coming to the plate now.
You'll get a shake of the head of the manager when you see that. After getting a lead like that, a big home run by Wieters, giving you a 2-run lead. Bottom of the 9th, and you walk the leadoff hitter. Now you all of a sudden have the tying run at the plate.
Escobar with a 1-for-3 night. RBI single in the 7th. Also drew a walk in the 1st. The RBI for Yunel, his 11th of the season. Calhoun on deck, then you've got Trout. Should we get there? Breaking ball. That's in there for a strike. Foul at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes.
He's got that power sinker, very difficult to square up and get in the air. 17 innings pitched, 1 home run. He's allowed 1 home run in his career versus the Angels. 2.77 career ERA for Britton versus the Angels.
Britton trying to force that sinker down and away. One-two pitch. That's a called strike 3 on a pitch that was nowhere near the zone. Escobar is chapped, and he should be. That pitch was down, and the helmet toss will cost him some money. Dale Scott has been fairly consistent tonight, but that pitch was not a strike.
No, that's not even close to the strike zone. And you can see this. Look at the Fox tracks right here. How much that misses the strike zone. That's almost on the dirt and in.
So 1 out, 1 on. And it's Cole Calhoun up. 1-for-3 with a single and a walk.
And you have that one shot to try to turn on a low fastball there from Cole. Now think in terms of using that middle of the field, get on base, allow Trout an opportunity.
0-1 downstairs.
When you look at lefties with that type of power arm, you think of Billy Wagner as far as a guy that can bring it from the left side.
Britton ready. The 1-1 pitch. Gets away from Wieters. So Petit will advance to second. And Cole ahead of the count at 2 balls and a strike.
Slider in the dirt, overthrown. Wieters gets the body over there, but that spin of the slider on the dirt off the chest, and the runner is able to advance. But again, that runner, not something they're necessarily worried about. Baltimore, the man at the plate and the guy on the on-deck circle, is their concern.
Two on. Evens the count up. Trout on deck. A 1-0 lead. Became a 3-1 deficit on Matt Wieters. 2 out, 3-run home run out to left center. His 4th home run of the season. Petit led off this inning with a walk. Escobar hosed on a call. Goes down looking for out number 1 and got ejected for arguing. And now Cole at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count.
13 pitches thrown from Britton this inning. 8 of them have been out of the strike zone.
Now really 9, but who's counting? Here's the payoff. Cole chops it to second. 2 down. Petit over to third. So the Halos down to the last out here in the 9th inning, and it's Mike Trout coming up, representing the tying run.
Three for 6 in his career versus Britton. A low ball pitcher and a very good low ball hitter.
Three for 6 in his career with a strikeout against Britton. First one on the way. He takes low. That's a strike. Now that pitch was down too. Now Scioscia's probably going to get tossed here because that's a ridiculous call. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, the glove of Wieters even went down onto the ground, I believe.
Yeah, that glove touches the dirt. Dale Scott has been very, very good the entire game for the most part. This inning, not so much.
Can't change the complexion of a game like that. 1-1. Ground ball towards second. Scopes got it. And the Angels will drop game 2 by the final of 3-1.
Well, an extremely well-pitched game from Shoemaker. Tonight ends up being a difference maker in that swing there by Matt Wieters, who continues to hit the ball so well here at the Big A with a 3-run home run in the 9th. The difference.
It's unfortunate for Matt Shoemaker, who pitched a stellar ball game, 7 1/3 with a career-high 12 strikeouts. But unfortunately for him, he gets a no decision. Joe Smith takes the loss in this one. 3-1 the final. Orioles win it. Stick around. Angels Live postgame coming up next.